Go ahead and jump into the next question, which comes from Earl Green, which I kind of find like this question is somewhat interesting. Earl Green writes, "Hey Alex, LeBron James showed us the new logo for the Space Jam movie. What do you think about this new Space Jam movie coming out?" Thank you for your question, Earl. So as a kid, I love the original Space Jam movie. You know, it's funny. I recently watched it again about like a week and a half ago. It's on Netflix. It's either on Netflix or on Hulu. And I watched it and I was like, wow, I can't believe I used to like this as a kid. And don't get me wrong, it's still. I mean, I think it still holds up with the humor to a degree. But it looks so fake. I was like, what the hell am I watching? Like, I was like, what's like? I can't believe. And I think for me as a kid, I was in awe that I saw one of my favorite characters, which is Bugs Bunny in the Looney Tunes, like ball out with Michael Jordan and Icon, right? But when I'm watching it at 27, I'm like, this doesn't look like I remember. It looks so fake. So now that LeBron James is doing it, I'm excited that a new project is coming out, but honestly, I really don't care. I'm sorry, I really don't care. I really do not. Listen, LeBron James, just like Michael Jordan, they're not actors. They're not. They're NBA players. That's not to say they can't act, but like what's the angle? Are we going to see Michael Jordan? I'm not Michael Jordan. I'm sorry. Are we going to see LeBron James playing in the NBA, and then Bugs Bunny needs to recruit him to fight off the new Monstars? Like what kind of, like, seriously, what kind of story are they going to tell? How is LeBron James going to be interacting with Bugs Bunny and the rest of his crew? Like, if this is going to be a retelling of a modern version of Space Jam, you can miss me with that. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. You can miss me with that. But Jeremy, what do you think about this news of a new Space Jam movie coming to us?
You guys remember that? I think it was a Hanes. I think Michael Jordan did Hanes commercials, and he had that little Hitler mustache.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. Yeah,
it was a bad look.
It was.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. LeBron James shared an image or a video on Twitter, or excuse me, on Instagram, where he kind of revealed the logo in the hat, which is funny because those of you guys that use cameras, like it was backwards. Like the thing, it was completely backwards, which is kind of a silly way to do a reveal of a logo, but I actually like it. I feel like it captures the 90s nostalgia aspect of it. Feels like a Space Jam logo, but it's updated. And, you know, Alex, I think you asked the $1 million question, and that is like, what is this going to be? Two-dimensional animation has fallen out of vogue in a major way. Toy Story pretty much put the last nail in the coffin, because you look at what pre-Toy Story Disney animated movies did, and then you look at what The Princess and the Frog did after all of these CGI movies. So it would be in my guess that they're probably going to do 3D rendered Looney Tunes, which assume, that's really interesting to me, because I'm a huge Bugs Bunny fan, right? We all grew up on that stuff. So I would be very curious to see what the Warner Brothers cartoons look like, realized in the similar way of like Detective Pikachu or Sonic or something like that. You know, they're going to stay true to the design after what we saw with Sonic. So I'm curious. I can't help but agree with you, Alex. Like it's something that was such a product of the 90s. Like, we talked about the soundtrack the other day on Ian's channel, on the Controversy. And, you know, it was so specific to that kind of like so deaf booty mix, kind of like, give me that donkey button and big old legs. Hey, keep it going. And that was like so 90s. So I don't know how you can update it. You know, is LeBron the current day Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan was such a phenomenon that like transcended the sport. He was more than just an athlete, because he was like the most visible face in sports for the entire decade of the 80s and early 90s. So, you know, I don't know if you can recapture that thing that was Space Jam, but I'm curious to see what it ends up being.
Yeah, I'm curious, but as I said before, I feel like Hollywood's running out of original ideas. But anyway, Ian, what do you think about this new Space Jam movie that's coming to us? I guess in the next couple years.
All right, man. I gotta agree and to disagree with some things that were said. Okay, so I'm going to agree, and a lot of my friends we argue about this. Space Jam does not hold up. It doesn't. I've watched it as a grown man. Even I'm 30 years old now. I watched it maybe when I was 20, and like this does not hold up. Like it's not good. It's very nostalgic. We got a great soundtrack from it. We got, of course, the best basketball player of all time, and with some of the best Looney Tunes of all time in one movie. What's not to like in that when you are a child? Me and my father went and saw it like 3 times in the movie theater. But as an adult, it does not hold up. If you want a mix with a live action and cartoon movie, I always suggest Roger Rabbit. It's way better. It still holds up, and I'm always going to say this is a better movie. I fight with my friends all the time. I put up polls. Space Jam always wins. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? Space Jam is. Have you seen Jessica Rabbit? I'll watch the scene with Jessica Rabbit before I watch the whole Space Jam movie. Like, come on. But I will disagree about which I don't even think you agree 100% what you said, though, about basketball players being actors. Majority of them sucks. Jack did not do good in Shazam. Or Kazam, sorry. Yeah. Michael Jordan's performance was ridiculous. But Uncut Gem, Kevin Garnett did a great job. If you guys seen Uncut Gems.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I gave a little bit of hope for LeBron. Maybe he'll be like a little bit better than Michael, because Michael's performance was not good. He's just like, oh, Bugs Bunny, you're not real. Come on. You would not act like that if you saw Bugs Bunny in real life. Come on. You would be thinking you're on acid. Yeah. But I have hope for it. I'm hoping for like a great soundtrack, like Jeremy was saying. I think hopefully it won't be like a lot of auto-tune and stuff like that. Like today's time is. Maybe it will, because it is what the times are. But I'm expecting great music. I'm expecting great CGI. I do think it should be, of course, the CGI. What'd you call with Toy Story 3D? Yeah, I do think they should go that route. I have hope. I do have hope. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a fan of LeBron James. I think he's an amazing basketball player, and I love Bugs Bunny. I love the lore of Looney Tunes. I have hope that they could probably do something drastically different. However, if this is like a modern retelling of the original movie, miss me with that, Warner Brothers. So let's go.